All right, cool. We're live. Hopefully, we don't disconnect again. Let's go ahead and get onto it. So, I got the gas cap on, fuel pump in, gas tank's complete. It's been about a little over an hour since I put the electrolyte in the battery. Go ahead and put the cap on, and then go ahead and hit it with the charger. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and I kind of want to do a couple things. I want to flush the front and rear brake system. Hopefully, they're working or I won't be able to ride the bike. And I also want to replace the cooling system's thermostat. The bike was kind of exhibiting a slight cooling issue, so I want to flush the coolant, maybe run some cleaner through it with some distilled water, replace the thermostat, and then put some fresh coolant, and hopefully it's good. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and pull the airbox and pull the spark plugs. I want to check the cylinder compression, see where it's at, and spray a little bit of oil down the cylinder since it's been a few years. The bike's been outside. Just want those cylinders to kind of, those piston rings to have a little bit of lubrication before I fire this thing up and put it into service. So let's see. I wonder if I can find a good spot here to put this camera. Every bike is a little different. Here we go. This might be a good spot. May or may not fall off. We will find out. Hopefully it doesn't. It's pretty solid. Okay, so let's see what we're about to get ourselves into. Now, if I really want to, I could just put the gas tank on and see if it fires up. I mean, I could do that, but no, I'm going to take everything apart. All right, sweet. That was me banging the electrolyte cover on. Okay. All right. So while that is sitting, got that charging. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling apart the Gixxer. Let's see how far we can get on it. Kind of like to take it out tonight, if I can. Anybody in SoCal want to go for a ride? I don't got registration on this bitch either. Looks like we got one person in the chat. And it's been a while since I've had the Airbox off. I kind of wanted to take a look. Pretty sure the air filter is clean, but who knows? It's been sitting for a while. Screws kind of feel a little loose. I wonder if I took it apart recently, or I probably took it apart when I was working on it, and who knows? Not super loose, but definitely could have been tightened. Those front ones there. It looks like I may have misplaced a gas tank rubber dampener at some point. Hopefully it's not in the yard. They fall in here. Usually they fall in here. And we'll see it. I wonder if I picked it up. Usually I pick it up in my little container here. Huh. So we didn't go too far. I'm pretty sure I got one in my container. Not super critical at this moment anyways. Oh, got all sorts of pit bike parts around here. Okay. Let's see, I got two more screws. Looks nice and clean and oiled. Interesting. That's a little on the dirty side. Okay. Probably clean the air box again. Clean the air box and clean that air filter. Okay, so take off the air box. Looks like it's going to be a Phillips. Got this lower hose. And the last drop. Okay. So right here. So there's a total of 4 clamps for the airbox mount. You kind of need a long screwdriver to get to them comfortably. So if I'm not mistaken, there's one more hose right here. Okay. There's your air temperature sensor. I'll have to disconnect that. Okay. There's another air hose right here. The air box should pop off. Nice. You kind of see what's going on. Oh, okay. So while I am at it, I'm gonna go ahead and prep this air filter here since it hasn't been cleaned in a while. That's the airbox side, so no dirt getting through. You can actually see there's just a tad bit of oil, but that side right there is pretty dirty. Got some Canon oil up in here. There we go. So this is the air filter cleaner right here. And this is the air filter oil. That should be enough. Okay. And basically just let it sit for a while. It's going to break up all that old oil, the dirt, and the grease. And then basically I'll hit it with the water hose into a bucket from the clean side to initially push all that crap out. And then eventually, once it's like pretty clean, I might soak it, or doesn't really matter which way I put it in. But I'll let that sit for a while. I may brush off like some of these dead spiders and bugs that are in there with the nylon bristle brush. And my air filter, I've had this one. I'm not sure how long I've had this one for. This is the original one. I see a little bit of damage and wear right there, so not a big deal. I mean, I think I've had this thing for probably like 40, 50,000 miles now, and fuck it, I'm gonna keep using it. Okay. All right. And then the other thing I was going to do is my airbox on the inside there. You can see it's pretty dirty. I mean, it'll get dirty again. This is the what's more important, but I'm going to go ahead and clean that out anyways. So everything's all nice, clean. Hit it with some compressed air, and we should be good. And to do that, I'll use a little bit of maximum air filter cleaner, and I'll just try to keep it on these surfaces here. I don't really want to loosen up that glue on the stacks there. Um, they're in good condition, so I try to, keep like water or lighter solution. This is pretty strong, not as strong as chain cleaner, but still pretty strong. So you want to be careful where you spray this if you do use this product. So you can see I sprayed about that much. I'll kind of work it in a little bit so it'll kind of break up the glue on these rubber sealers here. And I know I replaced them not that long ago, probably like within the last 10 years at least. And I've had this bike, I mean, it's what, like 15 or so years old. So maybe like 8 years ago, I replaced them or so. But I'll just kind of scrub this right here, a little light scrub. Let it sit. And then I'll hit it with some water and some compressed air, get all that dirt off, make it all nice and fresh. It's probably been like 5,000-6,000 miles since I did a basic tune-up on this thing. So who knows? I know the oil I changed last time before I put it back into service, and I probably only put a couple hundred miles on it, but it's been over a couple of years, so we'll see. I may change the oil, or I might just run it. I definitely want to change the coolant though. Clean this air filter, check the compression. You know, I do all this on other people's bikes. I might as well do it on mine, especially mine is a high mileage bike. It's 75,000 miles at least. So, you know, it needs the TLC if I want to ride this thing down to the beach and not have it fall apart or shut off on me. And we don't even know yet either. I just replaced and rebuilt the fuel, or shouldn't say replaced, but rebuilt the fuel pump and relined the fuel tank. So I'm hoping that resolves the issue that I was having. Never verified fuel pressure, but the bike just ran like shit. And so that's where we're going to check compression and then, you know, all that. Looks like there's water getting there. What's going on? No, it doesn't look like it. Hit that with some compressed air before I open up the throttle. All right, that should be good. Nice and clean. We'll hose some water. Okay, so let me use a little bit of compressed air. It's kind of dirty. Feel pretty dusty. Hold on, I'm gonna do something else. Get a light degreaser. Put some containers in here. Cool. All right, be right back. Thing is dirty. Just kind of want to blow off all the as much dust and dirt as I can before I start pulling off the throttle bodies and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna pull out the valve cover. Yeah, I want to ride this thing tonight, or at least turn it on. All right, let's get all this crap. Okay. All right. So now I don't have to worry about like rocks, dust, dirt, all that crap falling into the engine, or getting in between sealing surfaces and preventing it from fully sealing and causing a leak. Takes a couple minutes and it makes a difference. All right. So I'm gonna shut off that air compressor really quick. So my battery is at 83%. %, charge on the battery. Nice, perfect. Okay, so now So we got a good view here. Guess you need like a slightly higher angle. Let's try this. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so hopefully we won't have to take off too much stuff. Unplug the ignition coil leads. Make sure the little orange rubbers don't fall out. Nice. Two. One. 3. So those came out pretty easy because usually when before I put this thing back into service, put just a little bit of grease right here so they don't seize, and that makes it very nice. I can come back to it a couple of years later and they pop right out with these. Let's see here. All right, cool. So now, see if I can get it. Okay. 1-inch extension. Ooh, almost forgot. Before I get too excited. So we'll take a little bit of compressed air. Nothing. They're clean, but just to do it anyways. Safety measure, not a safety measure, but it's a thoroughness, professional thing to do. On my bike's typically very clean. So most of the stuff, just by me working on it, how I service things and clean things, I can always typically come back to it and do this kind of stuff. It's designed so if I had to, I don't have to do anything crazy. Like if I have an issue and it's like, oh crap, I gotta be somewhere tomorrow and I need my Gixxer, it should be really quick and easy to troubleshoot and work on. Okay. See how easily these spark plugs come out. Don't look too bad. It might be too tight still. Oh yeah, super tight. Huh. Hopefully this one didn't get rusted. I mean, it was moving, so. No. It's like get my finger now, but not with my anti-carpal tunnel tool. A rubber pipe. This thing is freaking amazing. Yeah, what's going on with the spark plug here? I would have cross-threaded it. Almost feels like rust got on it or something. I wonder if I should replace the spark plugs. Who knows? The last time, or knowing me, I probably didn't replace them. We'll see. Oy. Uh-oh. Hopefully water didn't get inside the freaking engine. Because I noticed a little bit of... Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's no bueno. I had the airbox on it. Water shouldn't have gone inside of it. Nah. Shoot. All right, we're gonna replace the spark plugs. I'm pretty sure I got spark plugs for this thing. It's kind of tight. Number 4 cylinder. Hopefully it doesn't have rust in it. That will be very scary. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it on this can. All right, so let that sit for a second. Connect this battery really quick. Gixxer Banshee battery. Let's see, this thing should be good still. Ignition switch off. Okay. I don't think I've keyed on this thing in a couple of years. Heard the gauge cluster do something. Servo motor, exhaust, the set valve. Yeah, FI light. It's because I got a bunch of shit disconnected. Let's just do a little. Oh, do I have any compression? Is my neutral switch not working too? What's going on here? Did I lose? Hmm. Hey, it's kind of working. Fuck it, let's check compression. Let's see where we're at. Hopefully I didn't get too excited now. All right, snap-on compression kit. This thing's always good. Don't typically have any issues. Let's check cylinder number 1. Oh, I gotta loosen up that strap. Okay. See what our compression's at. We had 250 psi. Quite a bit of compression. I wonder if that's because there's oil inside. I didn't see any oil blowing out. Well, that's good. I don't know how accurate that is. Well, let's see if it's wet. No, I mean, usually it just it blows out. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 250 psi is better than 0 psi, so I'm gonna say that's good. All right, cylinder number 2. About 230 psi. Pretty solid. Got so much money and time into this jixer. All right, cylinder number 3. About 240. Solid. I don't think I gotta do the valves. I must have adjusted them right before I stopped writing it. I got what 73,618 miles. All right, so that was number 3. Let's go ahead and check number 4. All right, wide open. Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What? It's like 30 psi. Fuck! Does that mean water got inside? Did I not? What happened? What's going on? Am I tripping out? Let's spray more oil down the cylinder. Oh, I got a fucking dead cylinder? Don't tell me that. This thing's gonna run like shit. That's probably why it sounds weird. Most of those valves, maybe the valves on that one are tight. Maybe I didn't do a valve adjustment. There you go. Bunch of oil. I mean, it's possible. Maybe got a little bit of oil, water in there. Wish I had some like Marvel mystery oil, fork oil. I wonder if fork oil would be a good idea. Kind of loosen up those rings. If that's what's going on. So yeah, I might have to pull the valve cover off on this thing. So I really don't want to do, but I guess I could. It's not that much. I don't know. What do you guys think? Pull the valve cover off? That fucking 30 psi on cylinder number 4. Oh no. Fuck it. What about if I pour some transmission fluid down it? Maybe transmission oil will fix it. Let's do. Let's do this. Okay. Just a little shot of transmission oil down the hatch. I don't know. That looks pretty freaking rusted to me. I think cylinder number 4 got water in it somehow. That's freaking weird. That's so no good. That's no bueno. I didn't have the gas tank covering it. Usually the gas tank covers it, so maybe water seeped in. I have no idea. Moisture, maybe. Oh, that's so scary. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, blew all the freaking oil back out. Knew that was gonna happen. Good thing I had the rag on top. Took most of the blow. Shoot, run this thing on 3 cylinders. We could do that, I guess. Find another Gixxer engine on Craigslist. This isn't the mid late 2000s though. These engines are probably got a bajillion miles on them now. I do have another Gixxer engine right behind me. There's a good one right here too. Well, not a good one. I gotta take that one apart, but would have kicked my ass. Let's see. It's doing something. Ugh. Oh, no bueno. Alright, let's recheck the compression for shits and giggles. And it's possible it needs a valve adjustment. If the valves are being held open on number 4, that could be the reason why. I mean, I don't have 0 psi. I had like 30, 40 psi, but maybe the rings were sticking. Who knows? I mean, all that oil I just put in there, hopefully maybe that's kind of worked its way in between the rings. There's rust in there. Let's see. 60 psi. Oh, I mean, that cylinder is barely doing anything. It's gonna be a rough cylinder, especially if all the rest are above 200. Oh, what are the odds? I gotta at least check the valves. That's the only thing I can really do. Check the valves, and I mean it has oil in it now, so maybe it'll kind of work its way in there if it was sticking piston rings. Oh, I had a feeling though. So 1 through 3 is in excellent condition, but number 4 is practically a dead cylinder. So let's see how quickly and easily I can take this apart before my camera battery dies again. Remove the pair valve bracket screw, which is on the underside here. We might need an extension. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, spider eggs. Throttle bodies. I'm pretty sure the throttle bodies have to come off. Thing needs a new electrical harness too. I just need a whole new jixer. uh, right. Okay. And this plate here. I gotta drop the radiator forward slightly. Not big deal. Kind of wanted to flush the coolant anyways. Actually, the other side. This one 10 millimeter bolt on the bottom side of the radiator. Okay. So now that can get pushed up out of the way a little bit. Pull this through. Okay. All right, and that gives us pretty good access to the top of the valve cover. Yeah. Okay. So now I believe it is a 5 millimeter. Let's see, where's my 5 millimeters at? Oh, actually, it might be a 6 millimeter. Definitely a 6. Need a little bit more leverage. Okay. Let's see. See if I can get it with this. Pull off the throttle bodies anyways. Okay, throttle bodies. Use this little ball Allen here. Okay, should loosen up. Okay, this side. Oh man, I'm gonna do all this work, and who knows? I just want to ride tonight. So that all anybody, all you want a street bike for is to ride. When something like this happens, sucks. Oh, almost lost the live stream camera. Sweet. So throttle bodies. So attach here. So do this. Hmm. Looks like I glued it on pretty well. I'll pry on this a little bit. Bam. That's all I needed. Just a little boop. Fuck, I must have glued this fucking thing on. It's probably the original valve cover gasket and I didn't replace it. Sounds about right. Figured it'd be the next mechanic's problem, not mine. There we go. Cool, it stayed on the bottom, didn't come off on the top. Oh, come on, I want to take apart more crap. Guess I might as well fully pull the throttle bodies. I gotta get access to the thermostat. Okay. There's a way I can roll these over. Attached like that. And those valves look like? Why did a carbon build up? Yeah, I don't see any rust in there. The ports look relatively clean. I'm gonna drain the water, drain the oil, see if there's water in it. Hmm. Well, it's like you almost gotta completely disconnect the throttle bodies. Oh, there we go. Now, these. Okay. Huh. Fuck. I mean, they look okay. I wonder if moisture. Man, horrible. I wonder what happened. The valve, the cams look good. Doesn't look like any water got up here. Nothing looks like the cam. No, the cams look good. Let's rotate this thing over. This is a 10 millimeter. And then I believe a 14. Should be able to rotate it over by hand.